Hello, it's Luke from Walking on Water, back again with another video. Today I'm going to talk to you about some of the key points that I've noticed through Forest season so far. So I'm going to start with the captaincy. So far, the captaincy has been with Lewis Grabban or Jack Colback. And for me, as experienced as these players are, I think they are better players out there with Scott McKenna, Joe Worrell, and Harry Arter. I think they're all more vocal. I think they have more understanding of where the movement is between the players, and they can get their points across well without proving too much, kind of being, they're loud characters, basically. Now, where does Taylor's form leave Lewis Grabban? Now, Lyle Taylor, since he's been in, has impressed me with his work ethic, his chasing the ball down. He has this more energetic running style, whereas Grabban does this, but he looks a bit more lazy about it. And I think with the way that Taylor and Guerrero played against Wickham, I think that Grabban will find it more difficult to get back into the side. But hey, if Taylor and Grabban start playing together and score more goals together, then yeah, fine, start him. But I think that Grabban, for me, will have to wait his turn. Now, thoughts on Chris Hughton. Chris Hughton came into Nottingham Forest on the back of 4 straight defeats and basically stabilised the club with 3 wins, 3 draws, 1 defeat. Now, Chris Hughton will obviously want to take Forest up towards the top end of the table, and by doing so, he'll have to start selecting players in their positions. So, Lolly out wide, Freeman in the number 10 role. If we're going with 5 midfielders, if we're going with 4, then you play Lolly one side, Knockaert the other side, or Amiobi or Myton, and see how it goes. And if we buy a winger in January, then they'll probably play at one side with Knockaert playing the other side. But we need to make Knockaert permanent, in my opinion. Now then, the midfield combination. We definitely have a lot of midfielders. We have Arter, Freeman, Colback, Cafu, Basharu, Yates, Sambasau. That's 6 for 2 positions. Rotation is going to be key. We don't want one player sitting out for 3 or 4 games and then being asked to play the next 2, and then having the next one coming in off the cold after 6 games. We want to be able to rotate them around so they're all still the same amount of match fitness and can get through the same amount of games. Obviously, of the ones we've seen so far, Colback, Yates, Sau and Arter, I think Colback and Arter is the strongest combination we have. Not saying that Sambasau shouldn't be playing alongside Colback after the past couple of games, but he just needs to gain fitness, because at the minute he's looking like a Yaya Toure at the end of his career. I think that intrigue will be both around Fawad Basharu and Cafu. I think they're both unknowns, and I'd like to see a hell of a lot more of them. I think that it'll be definitely interesting to see whether Basharu is the type of Sau player that we need. He's definitely matched Sau on the injury table. Then the centre-half pairing, so far with Figueiredo and McKenna. I like Figueiredo. I think he's a solid championship centre-back, but at this precise moment in time, I want to see Scott McKenna and Joe Worrell together, because I think that would be a stronger pairing than Figueiredo and McKenna. And for me, I think when you've got McKenna, Figueiredo, Worrell, Loic Mbeumo, Tyler Blackett, Michael Dawson and Michael Hefele, there's going to have to be at least a couple of those that do move on, because we only have 2 centre-half pair partnerships, or 3 if you go to 3 at the back, and 6 or 7 into 2 is a lot. So I think at least Michael Hefele will have to move on. but it's easier said than done. We also have Zach Clough that I think needs to move on, and Gaetan Bong, because we have four left backs in Bong, Ribeiro, Yarnu, and Blackett. And for me, it's Ribeiro first choice, because I've seen a hell of a lot of Ribeiro compared to Yarnu and Bong. Not saying that them two are any less equipped to play in the Championship, but I think that Yarnu would be the decent backup, and if Bong's not going to feature as much, then just get rid. No point swallowing up your wage budget on players that you don't need. My last talking point is Alex Mighten. Now, Alex Mighten probably will get more of a chance now that we've gone back up to 9 substitutes, 5 used. But if we're not going to start him and he's not going to get match fitness, then loan him out. It worked for Matty Cash and Joe Worrall at Dagenham. Worked for Ryan Yates when he went to Notts and Scunthorpe. They've come back better players. Matty Cash came back and has been transformed into a Premier League right back. So Alex Mighten definitely does have the potential to be as decent as Matty Cash. So let's see if we can transform another player into a decent player. Now, I'm going to leave this video here, so I'll see you in the next one. Ciao all.